Hi and welcome to the second practice of our mini lower back opening for beginners. Links to all the other ones are below. There's 5 of them to be done once in sequential order and then continue. So the last practice we were on our back doing soothe and in today's practice we're going to be standing up and we're going to need a chair. It doesn't have to be a yoga chair at all, just has to be a chair with a flat seat. So gather your chair and let's meet back on the mat. Here we are. The chair is a wonderful tool and we are about to see why. Let's spread our feet the width of the mat and then carefully looking at our feet and making sure that the heels are slightly turned out and the toes are slightly turned in. And this is going to help us to roll the thighs in towards each other when we come into the pose. And this is really important because it broadens the lower back and the hips. And now look at your feet and see if your arches have a tendency to collapse. So you're kind of like this, where the outer edge of the foot is light. And if so, lift the inner arch of the foot and try to keep the outside edge of the foot really firm and the heels pressing down, as if roots were growing out of your feet through the mat, through the floor. And feel that new firmness. This is how you connect to the earth. All right, we're coming forward and we're placing our hands on the chair. So moving the chair so you can put your hands on the seat. And the idea is not to round the spine and reach the chair at all means. The idea is to lengthen the spine, to bring length. So don't make a C shape, but try to go with length, pushing the buttocks back, walking the hands forward as the body opens, checking your feet, checking that the firmness between them is even. Check that the thighs are rolling in towards each other and the buttocks are widening apart as they push back. And seeing if you can feel the broadness that this brings to the lower back. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. See if the hands could walk further forward. And as they walk further forward, they bring more length to the waist, to the side of the trunks, right here, as if we had 2 columns on each side of our trunk, and we want to get more and more lengtheningness in those columns. Keep the heels firm, and now just lower the head and look at your legs, and look at your kneecaps, and as you press the heels down, use the quadriceps to pull the kneecaps up, and then relax them. And then again, press the heels down and use the quadriceps to lift the kneecaps up, all the way up the length of the femur bone, and then relax them. Last time, press the heels down and squeeze the kneecaps up with the quadriceps. Get that gripping action at the front of the thigh. That's really important. That's it. Breathe, hold it. Don't let it drop now. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Bending the knees, moving the hands back. Reconnect with the heels and coming back up. Okay, we're now going to do Parsvottanasana with our hands on the chair. So the right leg is going to come forward and the left leg is going to come back. You can put your hands on the chair already and try to have a nice wide distance between the feet. Often when we're starting, we feel really timid when I see people like this. It's going to be easier if you have more width, and you're going to be able to get more length when there's more width. So the hands are on the chair. We're trying to turn the hips so that they face the chair. If we're very tight, this will be happening. So slowly with the exhalation, trying to turn the hips. The hands can help you to turn. Everything's turning to face the chair. It may be that this inner foot is lifting up. Try to press down between the big toe and the index toe, and now try to grip this kneecap up with the quadricep, all the way up so that we feel the head of the femur bone coming into the hip socket. The back heel trying to press on the mat, even if it's not pressing yet, just try to press it towards the earth. And now seeing if you can walk your hands a little bit further forward on the chair. The legs are gripping up. Looking for that length in our waist as much as possible. Inhaling and exhaling rhythmically, smoothly. Keep gripping the legs up, and 2 and 1. We're going to come out nice and gently and change sides. So left leg forward and right leg back, taking that width. Now this back foot is not turned out like this, and it's not turned in all the way like this either. It's this diagonalized angle. The back heel pressing. If it's really high off the mat, you could always take a little blanket and put it under the heel so that your heel has something to press into. This foot is facing forward, and now we're turning the hips to face the chair. Using our feet, using our hands to help us to turn whilst maintaining the integrity of the legs, of the heels. Now grip this front kneecap up with the thigh muscle as you press down between the big toe and the index toe. And seeing if you could move the hands a little bit forward to bring more length to the spine, length to the waists, keeping the legs firm, keeping them gripping. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. Trying to be present in all of those openings. Having length and broadness in every cell of the body. And 2. And 1. Coming back up. And one more time on each side. But before we change sides, we come to our first pose, Uttanasana. The feet the width of the mat. The heels slightly apart. Press down into the heels. Roll the thighs in. Push the buttocks back, spreading them apart. Grip the kneecaps up. And walk the hands forward on the chair to bring that length. Look at your legs to make sure they're really doing what you think they're doing. The kneecaps gripping up, the heels pressing down, and the roots of the thighs coming into the hip sockets. The thighs rolling in so the buttocks are continually broadening apart from each other. Stretch the arms, breathe into those new spaces. Welcome them. And 2. And 1. Coming back up, bending the knees. And here we are. Ready to come into our second side of Parshvottanasana. So hands back to the chair. Stepping the right leg forward. And the left leg back, checking that your foot isn't turned in all the way and that it's not turned out all the way. It's got that angle. Trying to press the heel down to the ground. And then looking at the front foot, checking it's facing forward, that we have contact between the big toe and the index toe, which will want to lift up like that. So press down here and grip up here. Femur bone coming into the hip sockets. Now begin to turn the hips to face the chair. Over and over again. The exhale is a really wonderful place in the breath to get movement like that to happen. So turn with the exhale. And then we begin to walk the hands forward on the chair. You can of course move the chair forward. Looking for length, looking not to round like a C in the spine. It's better to be a little bit higher up and to have length in the spine than to be further forward and have roundedness in the spine. Keep the integrity of the legs. Breathing into that. Remember, we're opening up things that have been blocked, so we have to endure a little pain. And 2 and 1. Coming back out and changing sides. Left leg forward, right leg back. Check on the back foot. Check on the front foot. Press down between the big toe and index toe to avoid that happening. The lifting up, and grip the kneecap and the thigh up and begin to turn with the exhale the hips to the chair. Turning, 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 turning. That's it, squeeze the knees straight. Keep gripping the thigh muscles up. And now see if we could extend the arms forward, keeping length, bringing more length to the spine, to the ribs, to the waists, without rounding the spine. So pressing the back ribs in, heels firm, thigh muscles gripping, femur bones coming into the hip sockets and hips facing the chair, extending to our maximum and trying to hold it here for a few breaths with steadiness. And 2, and 1, coming back out, and let's come to one more Uttanasana. So feet the width of the mat, turning the toes in, the heels out, press the heels down, grip the kneecaps and thighs up and roll the thighs in, and seeing if you can get the hands a little further forward without rounding the spine. Back ribs in, buttock bones moving back and buttock bones broadening apart. Keep gripping the legs upwards. Those front thighs need to grip so that the opening of the back legs is contained in safety. Breathing. And 2, and 1. Bringing the hands back, bending the knees, refirming the heels. Hands away, and coming back up. Stepping the feet together and being in Tadasana. Okay, we're now going to sit on our chairs. With the feet about hip width and absolutely parallel. So none of this action, turning the toes in. The arches of the feet lifted, and we're right back on the chair using the whole of the seat that we have available. Bring the feet now a little bit closer and keep that parallelness. Alright, lifting the right leg up, holding it, bringing that ankle to rest on the front of the knee, placing the right hand here and rolling the inner groin to the outer groin. That's it. Okay, now we are coming forward, Yoga Mudrasana action, and we're keeping this rolling of the inner groin to the outer groin in place. So using our hands to press down and roll out. And as we come forward, no rounding, going with the idea of lengthening. So it's better to not come down as much as you can if it requires you rounding. The shoulder blades are going down the back, not hunting up and tightening the neck. Down the back. And right where you find your edge, engaging that breath, the clearing breath. One more breath cycle. And then coming back up, holding the back of the knee and moving the leg like that. Feet parallel, knees parallel. We're going to change sides. So holding the back of the calf and lifting the left leg up, the outer ankle on the front thigh. Left hand engages the cells here, activates them. It presses down and rolls the inner groin to the outer groin. Push through the ball of this foot. And beginning our extending forward action with the spine nice and long and the shoulder blades going down the back so that the trapezius muscle aren't hunching up and tightening the neck and the face and the brain. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. Keep that left hand active on the inner thigh, rolling the inner groin to the outer groin. Keeping the back hip broad, not allowing it to tighten. So that with each breath we can go deeper and deeper into that. and then coming back up and holding the back of the thigh and bringing the foot back to the floor. Okay, now I'm going to do a really gentle twist on the chair, and we want to be careful when we twist when we have lower back stuff, because if we have a fragility there, probably we are always twisting from there. It's become over malleable, kind of too soft. I'm trying to get it firm. And when it's too soft and it twists too easily, then we just twist without creating length. And we want to create length between each of the vertebrae. So we're going to really bring that awareness into our twists. So still using your chair, I'm just turning it so you can better see me. We're going to sit so that when we turn to the right, we face the back of the chair. So I'm sitting on the side of the chair. And now the feet lined up, and the precision in your feet and the precision in the knees is going to bring more evenness to the lower back. So maintaining intelligence there. With an exhalation, we twist to the back. And if you have, a chair that's tall, that's fine. You're just holding the outside edges of the railing. And you're using the hands to help you to turn and twist. Now be present in your feet. Be present in your knees. As you twist one knee, the left knee will want to come forward to accommodate your twist. But if you do that, you're twisting from the lower back. So twist less, but keep the knees together. And think of more your middle spine and your upper spine twisting. Press the buttock bones down. Keep the knees parallel. And twisting from the middle back, the upper back. And 2. And 1. Okay, we're scooting to the other side of the chair so that we can twist to the left. It's called Balavajasana. Lining the feet up. Meticulous setting up. Lining the inner knees up. With an exhale, twisting to the left. Check in with your feet and check in with the tendency of the right knee to want to move forward so you can twist more and feel active my twist. Pull that knee back in, that femur bone back in, and twist from the thoracic spine, the middle spine, and the upper spine. But keep the lower back firm, stable, through the legs and the knee awareness. And releasing through one more on each side. So swiveling around, so we're going to be twisting to our right, checking in with our feet, checking in with our knees. And we are ready to twist with the exhale to the right. Now, with each inhale, I want you to paint a length, a new length into what we call the front spine here. And then with each exhale, twist from the thoracic spine and the dorsal spine. So ready? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. And then releasing. Last time, swiveling around. We'll be twisting to the left. Feet parallel, inner knees parallel. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that twistingness. Make sure the knees stay parallel. And now let's begin to paint that new length in the front spine with the inhale. From the pubic bone all the way up, a longer and longer line each time we inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring more length. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then gently unwinding and coming off the chair. All right, one more little pose using the chair. We need a strap. So taking your strap, very similar pose to what we did in the first session when we were lying on our back, but from a different perspective of standing up. Uttita Hasta Palangushasana. Facing the chair, feet lined up. Lifting the right leg up, using the hands if needed to place the foot on the chair. And then extending the leg. And now with the strap around the arch of our foot. And we're going to lift our chest. Keep the left heel firm on the ground. Keep the right heel firm on the chair. Grip the leg muscles. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. And lift the chest. Higher and higher. Get that length in the front spine. Keep drawing the femurs into the hip sockets. The hands pulling back on the strap. Lift the chest. And 3. And 2. Lift the chest. And 1. Releasing. Moving the foot. And the other leg. So you can use your hands to lift. Extend. And placing the strap on the foot. Use the hands to pull back to lift the chest. So pull on the hands and lift the chest, which lengthens the front spine. The heels firm, the legs gripping, and the femur is coming into the hip sockets. Lengthen the front spine with each inhale. Keep the knees straight. The front thigh is going towards the thigh bone, the femurs into the hip sockets. Lift the chest, and 3, and 2, and 1. Exhale, and releasing, and moving this foot. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. All right, last pose. We are spreading the feet apart. Uttanasana. Turn the toes in, the heels out. Heels firm, the thighs rolling in as we come forward, hands to the chair. I'm going to move my feet back so I can bring my hands forward more. And then extending the hands forward. Now round the spine, which is the incorrect movement. And now go with the idea of arching the back. Press into the heels, down into the mat. Push the buttocks back. Roll the thighs in, widen the buttocks apart. Now check your knees and grip them up with the quadriceps. Let go of the idea of just stretching. There has to be this contraction first, the stretch coming from there. That's it, breathing. Noticing if you're doing a lot of exhalation or too much inhalation, trying to even out the breath, trying to walk the hands forward to get more and more length. And could you move the chest forward? Could you bring length to the front spine here? As the back ribs press in, you'll get more and more length in the front spine, length in the waists. And 3, heels firm, kneecaps gripped, and 2, and 1. Bringing the hands back, bending the knees, press into the heels, and coming up, and Tadasana. Excellent work. We're now going to take our Shavasana, utilizing the chair since we have it. So the chair is going to be for our calves. We're going to lie down with calves on the chair. So dependent on your chair, it might be better for you to put it like that. Mine is going to work perfectly like this. Taking whatever you need, and let's come and lie down, and in Shavasana, everything that we've opened and disturbed gets to just filter, like sediment in a river that we've churned around, just filter back down and take a new place. So important, even if we're feeling rushed. When the legs are lifted, the lower back has much more ease to really learn how to rest on the ground, to actually be completely supported by the ground. So see if you can feel that, the entire lower back supported by the ground. And then go to the abdominal area, which is really linked to the lower back. And let the entire abdomen and all of the organs inside melt towards the lower back. Melting, melting. And then extending the arms diagonally away, the shoulders rolling open. And finally, the eyelids closing over the eyeballs. And with an exhale, letting go completely everywhere, resting in this. Loka Samastaha Sukhinho Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The eyelids gently opening. And gently rolling over, pushing ourselves back up. And welcome back. Our practice is complete. Having a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.